Did I lose you?
It's weird. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, in the building. It is
What
I,
is up?
Coach Fah.
Danny B, what's going on, everybody?
There it is. I gotta get my fingers down. There it is. All right. Danny B is in the building. We got J Live coming on in a little while. We got Knicks playoff basketball tomorrow. We
I'm
here.
psyched, man.
It's time.
Yo,
And we
hit
gonna
that.
whoop Atlanta butt.
Oh, all day, man. Yo, that fit that you posted yesterday was nice, man.
Yo, that's tomorrow. That's
Nice.
tomorrow.
I like
And
it.
big shouts to Knicks Film School for that shirt. Dude, big shouts to everybody. Papa left, big shouts. I'm about to get his shirt. He packed I was one of the ones he was packaging up yesterday. Big shouts to
Nice.
Dolan. Big shouts to Dolan J, because no doubt my mask is on its way, and I know you got one, and everybody got theirs already, and it's what's
Of
up.
course.
You know, big shouts to Mad Brick, because man, the tip of those shirts and all the apparel coming out of there is sick. Dude, there's a lot of apparel coming
Yo,
out right now, and I'm loving it.
shout to Mad Brick just for the fact that he got hit by Nick's Twitter yesterday, man, recognizing his artwork. So that's awesome, dude. Salute to Mad Brick. Him and Spacely Media, they've been killing it lately. If you those two
Yeah, they
accounts,
have.
if you guys ain't following, definitely check that out.
Yeah, they have. And we building with them too, so don't be surprised to see some good collaborations coming up in the future. So
Nick's
Danny,
corner. Yep.
Nick's corner is absolutely right. Matter of fact, what we should do on the side is work on getting some Nick's corner apparel. So maybe we go to these sources and we push it through us so they can get more notoriety and get more of all that good stuff, and we just help everybody, because that's
Definitely,
what this
man.
is.
I'm with it, dude. And you know what? I saw somebody ask me about that like a week ago about the Knicks corner being on a shirt or something. So we'll definitely get that working, man. You know what? Once we get the Knickerbocker Ave logo, because we are working on that, people. Once we get that going, we'll definitely do something. We're all three in them, stickers, shirts, all that kind of stuff. So that'll be cool.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to you offline. I got something for you, but yeah. See, this is how we do, man. We enrich each other's lives, man.
All day, man. All day. Yo, and I was really hoping I could stop at my parents and get that the new Knicks shirt that I got. I got the same shirt that you got from Knicks Film School, except I got it in black. I always rock black, so
okay.
I can't wait, man. I didn't have time to grab it, so I'll definitely rock that next week for sure.
See, today I am not in Nick apparel because I'm resting it all for the rest of the week, because I will be.
You still got orange, man.
All week. Oh, of course, but
yeah. Great movie.
You know what I'm saying?
Great movie.
And of course, this is the coffee black.
All day. So,
Sipping the coffee black.
Nice, dude. Dude, I was up early, man. So I'm moving today. Moving day for me. I was up at 7 a.m. So I had my coffee early. So I'm on lunchtime now. Usually it's not like that. Usually I'm drinking my coffee while we're doing the show. So that's all right, man. I may have to cut it short today, but I'm gonna definitely stay with us as long as I can. So
no, I hear you, man.
Let's
you
get right into it.
You got a lot to do today, so let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
Playoffs. Okay, I'm gonna set a stage for us.
Do it.
The stage is Atlanta's a better team. Atlanta should, quote unquote, handle us. Now, because apparently Nate McMillan doesn't actually believe that, he had to come up with this motivational stuff for his team that he, for some strange reason, made an article out of it. Now, I don't mind what you say to your team to rev them up, but the minute you start saying the NBA played down to us because the league gets better, stop it, man.
Crazy.
I respect the heck out you, but stop it, man.
Listen, if we were fighting for a playing spot, I get the angle, but we're not even. You know what I'm saying? We're fourth seed all day. So for him to even say that, that the NBA is trying to push us through, we didn't have nobody push us through. We did this ourselves. You know what I mean? So you can't take that away from the team. Big 15. You know how it is. But so I guess you got to throw a little something out in the media just to, like you said, man, hype up team, hype up their guys. But to me, that was wasn't a good look.
No, not at all. And he's a much, much better coach than that. So that kind of threw me off.
Me
And
too. I was surprised to hear it.
I did find something funny also in the other. Can I say this real quick? I don't have nothing against the Nets.
Go for it.
I'm not rooting against the Nets. I'm not rooting. I'm not rooting for the downfall of the Nets. I'm not rooting for the Nets at all in any capacity. It's like I don't see them. You ever have an ex-girlfriend that you broke up with that you can't stand the sight of, so you do everything in the world to forget all about them, and then you eventually do?
Oh yeah, that's how you got to do it, man.
That's the Nets to me. Y'all been my little brother for 40 years. Y'all was in Jersey. Y'all was in Long Island. Then y'all was in Jersey. Y'all was in Jersey for like 25, 30 years. And now y'all in Brooklyn for like 2 weeks. And we supposed to all of a sudden put all the Knick attire aside for this?
No way.
And so I say all that to say, they interviewed KD a couple of weekends, like a week and a half ago, and he said some nonsense like, "We the Big 15," and I wanted to smack him in his face. I really did.
Yo, ready? I'm gonna set it up. It was Mark Berman, right?
Bang.
Throwing a question at him. I was just listening to it the other day. It's the only reason it's fresh in my mind. But the question was, with so little time, playing time between the big three, how do you think that's going to affect you guys in the playoffs? And so he answered, kind of paraphrasing the question with, well, it's not just the big three, we're a big 15. And when the way that it came off, he obviously heard it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So
there was no passion to do it. It's not a big three. It's a big 15.
Right, and that's just KD. You know what I'm saying? That's why he can't handle the New York City media. So he goes to Brooklyn where,
where there's no expectation. Let's just keep it a buck. It's easy 100%. To go over there because there's no expectation. You know what I mean? It's easy. I mean, the last time they caught a buzz like this was with D'Lo and Atkinson in it. And then they got rid of all of that for the super team stuff. That it's nice, and they should win the chip. Cool.
Right, but it was a bought, you know what I'm saying? It was a bought championship, so it's not even worth it. I mean, that's why you got so many loyal fans in New York.
Speaking of which, after the commercial break, I know it's only a half-hour show, so we go to commercials early. But after the commercial break, we got J Live in the building because this man is one of the realest Knick fans that I've ever met. He's supporters. He's down for the cause, and I can't wait to have him on. Oh, and he got a new album coming up, and he's doing DJing and stuff on Twitch. It's wonderful. So we gonna have J Live in just a minute, and everybody in the chat, everybody in the comments, thank you all for tuning in. Once again, it's on Knickerbocker Avenue. You know how it is.
All day. Let's get it. Well,
come on and get your brand new pair of Timbs. That's right, Timbs. Everybody in New York got Timbs. Everybody everywhere. The work boot of the streets is Timbs. Get your Timothy's at every bootleg store right now. Only $9.99. Word, get you some Timbs.
Man, I got like 2-3 pairs, bro. You got to stay rocking the Timbs.
No. Those aren't Timberlands. Those are Timbs.
I can't do it as good as you do.
Nah, man. You don't want. You want Timberlands. Yes, you don't want Timbs. You don't want Timbs. That's the official boot of the Phoenix Nets.
Too funny, and man. Now, yo, you stay with it.
I try. I gotta throw the little side jabs sometimes. And now I'm so excited to have a guest. He was a guest of ours on the Candid Corner, and I'm really glad to have him in the lab today. Ladies and gentlemen, we got J Live, hip hop finest in the building. What's happening, brother?
What's good? Peace, y'all.
Salute. Welcome, man. Welcome. It's great to have you.
Welcome back, my bro. How are you?
Happy.
That's what's up,
Happy,
man.
man. My
Positive
boys
vibes
in the
only.
playoffs, man. We here, as
We
they say.
Let's
here.
go.
You know, waiting for Katie to start saying that.
Man, you know it's coming. You know it's coming.
Yo,
As soon as they
yo,
win one playoff game, KD, how do you feel? New York,
That's
we
not
New York.
here.
Watch,
We
watch.
here.
Biting's not cool.
Yeah, I thought the Knicks was not cool, but you like waxing everything we say right now.
Hey, what are you
Crazy,
gonna do? What are you gonna do?
crazy.
You
Laugh
know?
at him. Laugh at him
Yo,
like what we
and
doing.
Indeed.
you got it. And I want to throw a shout out to Steve Stout because he's been huge for the Knicks organization just in terms of rebranding. You know what I mean? This whole season,
Facts.
Facts.
everything's been on point. You know what I mean? Social media
Facts.
to the collaborations. You got Dipset, you got Kith, and everything else that he's
Yo,
been doing. He's been huge.
that Dipset spot was hard, man. On the garden floor, man, that was hard. That
Center
that set the
court.
tone for the whole season, man. And that Kif kit, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
can't
That was
front, man.
fire.
Props too, man. Props too. I know a lot of us were skeptical, with his debut, and the
Right.
little faux pas that were happening last year. But man, hats off. Great job. The marketing has been dope this year.
Yes, it
It
has.
has.
All of the advertisements, all of the videos, the way they've always been real good with the behind the scenes little, like what you gonna call it, Michael Bay looking, game highlight, whatever.
True.
But
True.
they
Yeah,
True.
stepped
yeah,
it up
yeah.
this year. You know what I'm saying?
They really did, And things have been kind of quiet. You know what I mean? Like not too much gets out. Not as much as in years prior. You know what I
Tight
mean?
ship.
So
They have kept tight lip about everything. It's
It's
been
been
so
beautiful.
professional. I love it.
yeah.
Been beautiful.
Hey, Big Shot Fries, what's happening? Big
Yo,
shots from
shouts
the
to Fraz.
UK.
All right.
We got
Yeah,
England
man.
in the building. I love
Dinner
it.
time. Fraz got to be eating dinner right now.
Yeah, he is actually. And big shout Jay Ski. Jay Ski, our big brother, man. We love him.
All
Yo,
right.
Jay and Knack, Jay, you're the man, bro. So we
Yo,
got lots of people coming around, but I just want to say first off, Jay Live, you've worked with a ton of New York City legends in the game. You've
Indeed.
definitely done a lot to lay the groundwork for just more classic, New York vibes. So, hats off to you, bro. Keeping
Thank
the
you. Thank
vibes
you.
rolling. Always, man. Always a
yo.
good listen.
No doubt. I
And
kept
from
I kept the
two
accent.
and from
I'm
two MCs, we appreciate you.
no doubt, man. Salute.
Not even close to anything you've been doing, though. So I wouldn't even put myself in the same
No,
room
no.
other
Danny,
than Knicks talk.
Danny, don't be shy now, Danny.
Speak for
We know you got
Nah.
lyrics, bruh.
Oh, lyrics definitely, but
See?
I always had stage fright. You know what I'm saying? I was never able to
Ah,
like get out what I wanted on the stage. So listen, you gotta cut your losses when you can. I love it. I still write and freestyle all the time, but put out and push it. I'm doing other things. We got
that's
this
what's up.
Knicks show going right here. Again, thank you for coming on, man. Definitely appreciate your time.
So I brought that up so that we could smooth segue, and Danny, you were right on point because I know that this expert lyricist here has some new work coming out, and I know he's DJing up on Twitch. He's got that going on. So Jay, talk to him, man. Tell the people how they can get to your content and stuff.
Indeed, man. Everything you need to know about me, you can find at my homepage, which is realjlive.com. RealJlive.com. From the DJing on Twitch, and it's actually simulcast. So when I'm on Twitch, I'm on the YouTube, I'm on the Twitter Periscope, like here, and I'm also
Nice.
on Mixcloud. If y'all don't know, Mixcloud is a dope website for DJs because just throw up
Yep.
mixes, and now they can do live simulcasts as well. But as for the
Nice.
projects, man, you can find me wherever you stream music. My latest projects, whether it be singles or the old classic albums, and then also I do EPs on a regular basis on this thing called Bandcamp.
Yes.
But all of
Yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
all of those are tied in right now. The homepage for all things JLive is just realjlive.com. And that ties into all of my socials as well, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, what have you. Just type in Real J Live and everything you need to pop up.
Nice, cool, man.
That's what
Very
I'm
cool.
talking about. And yes, I do real time stuff.
No doubt.
We
Appreciate
lost
it.
Danny, but Danny will be back in just a minute. He's in the middle of a move, so he may actually not even be here for the whole rest of the show.
Oh,
But
nice.
he did pop back in, like I said, because that's
Nice.
fans. Yo, how do you feel, Jay, about where the Knicks are now from the beginning of the season, and how do you see them performing in the playoffs?
Man, you got to keep things in perspective. The beginning of the season, before the season started, we would have all been happy with, incremental growth and a lottery pick. We would have been ecstatic with significant growth and a chance at the play-in.
Right.
The fact that not only do we not have, we waived the play-in, we guaranteed 6,
Right.
with enough time to secure the 4 seed, which means home court in the first round. That's
So
like
big.
that's like we skip like 2 or 3 steps in a year without trying to
Easy.
skip steps the way the team's
Right.
been doing for the past 20 years. That's been the
Right.
issue with the past 2 decades. Is people talk about, well, New York can't grow slow, New York won't accept the rebuild. We would have loved to rebuild because you could have rebuilt 5 times over in the past 20 years.
Man,
And that
you ain't
13,
kidding.
that season 13, the whole time we trying to enjoy winning, all we had was haters in the background talking about how old the squad was, you know what I'm saying, between Jason Kidd and everybody. So it's like now there's nothing you can say. We got cap space, we got our draft picks, we got other people's draft picks, we got our own
rookies.
drafted players doing
He's
it.
telling it.
First
He
and
is
second year
telling
players
it.
doing it. We got a nice mix of veterans and youngins that are learning from the veterans. We got a solid coaching staff to the point where now we got to worry about, do we get to keep our assistants, or do they go on to bigger and better things?
Like
Even
Right.
if they do, you know what I'm saying? Like Woody, right? And we were worried about losing homeboy from the Jazz.
Yeah.
What's his
Right.
name?
Yep.
His name
Johnny
escapes me.
Bryant.
Yes,
Johnny
Johnny Bryant.
Bryant.
Thank you.
Johnny
But
Bryant.
like
yeah.
the whole top to bottom, man, I think you really gotta appreciate the overhaul. You know what I'm saying? From Leon Rose to keeping, even I say even keeping the GM around, to the fact that
Scott Perry. Yeah. Scott
Yeah.
Perry.
hats off to him, man, because he's the one that swung for the fences with the 4. Everybody was cracking on the 4 power forwards. What do we end up doing with all 4 of those power forwards?
Mhm.
We ended up trading
Flipped
Mook
them.
and getting
Yeah.
what? Now we wouldn't have quickly if it wasn't for Mook, right?
There you go.
I'm
I'm glad Portis is doing this thing, but
Portis
he's
is
doing
doing
it
his
somewhere
thing, like
else.
looking like 6 man somewhere, right? That's good for him, you know what I mean? But like the fact that Randall took last year to heart, took all that criticism and said, nah, that's not me, and came back and refined his game even more, grew his game even more. And now, he's better win most improved player, better get some second or third MVP votes. You know what I'm saying? You have to take your hat off to him. So everything is clicking at the right time, and we're set up to have a sustainable perennial playoff team. And everybody want to move the goalposts and say, "Oh, you made the playoffs, but y'all ain't winning no chip." We wasn't thinking about winning no chip this year.
Right. Like,
We're
come
talking
on.
about a 5-year window. Well, nobody was fronting on the Nets for not winning a chip 2 years ago. So like, nah, you're not gonna move the goalposts. We're gonna hold the goalposts down the way New Yorkers do. We're gonna kick it through. You're gonna have to eat this and appreciate and respect the growth and development. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like Philly had. I used to talk to Alan Hahn. Philly had trust the process. We got trust the progress, and we got a whole lot of progress to trust right now. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I got to give you. That was a great segue to something that my brother said last week. We're not trusting the process. We enjoying the process.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%, man.
We're not trading
I'm
our
all
lottery
about it,
picks
too.
in to see, which one's
Right.
gonna finally hit.
Right.
Which one can be healthy for a whole season. You know what I'm saying? We got RJ who got snubbed last year, talking about and people want to front on him last year because he didn't shoot, a high percentage or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you putting this rookie into a laughingstock situation. You want to call him the 3rd pick in a 2-pick draft, and his teammate was the 1st pick. You want to have him put in work at the Rising Stars game, only to have the announcers try to front on him for playing defense in one particular moment, and then not even give him his props for the stat line he put up in that game.
Right.
Then you want to keep him off the all rookie team as a 3rd pick in the draft who started for his squad, even though his squad was lottery. You can put up that all rookie team and pick and choose who you want to take off of there. The RJ basically was holding RJ's spot. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, they got the rookies of the year right now are fishing.
I'm saying.
So
I mean,
Quincy's numbers right now definitely.
I mean, shout out to John Morant for playing in. RJ didn't need a play in. You got to give him his props.
And he was
second leading scorer on the team.
Yeah.
Second leading minutes per game on the team. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
On the
sir.
path to be
Yo,
an all-star
honestly,
in the next 2-3 years.
those top three, I was just thinking about this the other night. I think honestly, that was probably the best top three in probably a long while. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you go back and
Yeah.
think maybe 2003. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
I'm really trying to think.
Okay.
You know, like
Yeah,
it's
man.
tough.
And
You know,
my point is
maybe
just like you want to front on RJ, right? And then they wanted to front on Randall. And remember when they drafted RJ, they were saying, I remember Enos Cantor was saying that the Zion Williamson is Randall with hops, right? Remember that? And now you got Randall knocking on the MVP door as the clear-cut most improved player who's reinvented his three-point shot. And you got to ask yourself, if we had Zion, we wouldn't have got that out of Randall.
Yo,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So it's like we
Right.
got Randall and RJ now. We talking about building an actual nucleus and just letting things fall where they come. We don't have to win the lottery anymore. We're not even in the lottery this year.
Right.
So this is all.
Correct.
This ain't your, I like to say this ain't your slightly older twin brothers Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. All truth.
All truth, man. You are on fire with it right now, and we appreciate you
For
for
real.
it.
Shout out to the fair weather fans that want to jump back on the bandwagon now. We see y'all.
Yeah,
And when you catch all that
y'all
smoke,
can't come.
man.
When you catch all that smoke, that's not
First
us
guy that
being
comes to
emotional.
mind.
That's us being New Yorkers. That's how New Yorkers roll. We see y'all.
Always.
I don't even have to name no names. We see y'all. That should be on the next year's playoff shirt. We see y'all.
Oh yeah, seriously, we should do it this year, man. How many are jumping back on? You see Michael
You know what I mean?
Rappaport. How many
Michael-
people?
Don't
why do
even say
people
don't even
still
say the names.
I don't even
say the
yeah.
names, man.
That knucklehead can't
Yo,
come
you're
to the
right.
barbecue.
You're
There's
right.
there's about 5, 6, 7 of them that
I don't
we
care.
know.
Jay, you right, bro. You right.
We're not gonna give them no shine, no love. We're not gonna ramp them up. We just gonna say y'all can't come to the barbecue.
Whether you clout chasing, jumping
That's
on a
it.
hateration, holleration, whether you know what I'm saying, trying to bully quote unquote the owner. The owner's just owning the team, man. Dude loves the Knicks. You know,
he loves the Knicks.
Obviously he's you know he's had some instances and some moments that are you know less than stellar, but like one of the other fair weather fans says, he cuts the check. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about no luxury tax.
Yep.
You ain't got to worry about, you know what I'm saying, taking care of the players.
Dolan has made mistakes trying to get us better. That's really
what it is.
He missed on some decision making, but it's not from lack of trying.
It's keep that same energy, man, because you can't really. I mean, he tried to give it up for Phil, but Phil, he didn't know Phil was crazy. He didn't know Phil was going to be apocalypse now when he got here. You know what I'm saying? You can't really blame him for that. But now, you know, he picked somebody else and he took a chance on somebody that, remember, everybody was fronting on Leon Rose saying, oh, an agent can't do it. He has no experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doing it. I got a question from I got a question from the comment section for J Live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Would you trade both picks to move up since we're not in the lottery?
Depends on what. Because here's the thing. It depends. You know what? That's that old mentality of, you know, trying to see what's next. The beautiful thing of the catbird seat that we're in right now is, what are we looking for? We have a star. We have a young core. You could trade those 2 for 1 and say you're not going to have minutes for 2 players because the roster's already intact. I don't know if we're going to keep Bullock. I know we got a lot of those 1-year players that have proved their worth now that we really got to, you know, but what's that guy's name? Arm Tellem or something? The capologist?
Yes.
So now he's got some decisions to make.
And Brock Aller.
Brock Aller. And what's the black dude that came from Utah that was the scout?
Johnny Bryant.
No, the scout.
No, not Johnny Bryant. Oh gosh.
Oh man. His name escapes me, and that's wild that his name escapes me in the moment that I would actually need to drop his name. But between him on the draft, even if we keep those 2 picks, I mean, look how we got quickly, man. Look how they flipped. Look how they flipped that pick, jumped back, and then got quickly, right?
Right.
So the beauty of that question is, if this was last year, we'd be all up in arms debating. Now it don't even matter. Whoever we get in the first round, we trust the scouts.
Mm-hmm.
We're already comfortable with the roster. It's just a matter of who they're going to let go, who they're going to keep, and then who they're going to replace.
Exactly. And what's funny is, and I'm glad you say it like that, because I actually feel the same exact way about free agency this offseason. We know what we got. And chemistry is a huge thing with this team. They got a family vibe there that is solid. So what you don't want to do is bring in a hot name that actually will jostle what we're already doing. We want to bring in
say this.
Go right ahead, brother.
For real, that whole thing about family and chemistry, man. We can hate on Elfrid Payton all we want.
Thank you.
Just gonna put it out there right now. He's frustrating to watch. I'll admit that. But I love the way he answered that question when they said, how do you feel about your play? He said, I judge my play by winning, and we're winning. So boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. He's scrappy. He attacks the basket.
He's a part of this winning. He's a part of it. He was our starter all year.
He's not trying to take the J that they want him to take. He's trying to attack the basket, right? Mm-hmm. He's not, what's that saying? He's not heavy. He's my brother. He's not perfect, but he's doing this thing, and he's a part of the squad, man. You got to give him his props.
He gives energy and effort on defense every play.
Right.
I say this all the time. If we say Big 15, you got to include him. He's a part of it.
You can't give Theo Pinson props in front on a starting point guard on a playoff team. That's all I'm saying.
All day. Thank you.
And you got to give Theo Pinson his props.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Plus, who put in the work the first 25 games of the season?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He did all that.
And I love the fact that them same, you got Reggie Bullock, Elfrid Payton, all of them cats that suffered from that 17-win season last year. They all get to enjoy this together now with that improvement.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a whole it's improved. It's an improved squad, but it's not a whole new squad. That makes it even sweeter.
And even with bringing Taj back into the fold, you know what I mean? Because he was just here so recently. He still played with a couple cats that are, you know what I mean? So it was such an easy move to bring him right in.
Love Taj. So and the fact that you got Taj and D Rose together with Thibs, that just makes it even better.
That's icing on the cake. But I'm gonna say this: the one cat that I'm really, really, really happy for to have this ascent and be a part of this team. It's Frank Ntilikina.
Oh, yeah.
He has been around
the fact that he got a little bit of shine at the end of the season.
Yes. And he has been around for all the
and let me tell you something. I'm in Atlanta.
Dude, trade deadline king.
I live in Atlanta.
Tell me.
I don't usually get to watch the Knicks play Atlanta on TV, so I usually go to the games.
Okay.
And my thing is this, man. Frank Ntilikina is a Trae Young stopper, period. I'm going to go ahead and say it for him because he's not going to say it. He might even say it in French. He's a Trae Young stopper. But my thing is, if he can get a little bit of time, because and the beauty of Frank coming off the bench, he doesn't have to try to be the point guard. All he got to do, on some Bobby Boucher, you know what I'm saying? You see that guy right there? You go get him.
Yeah.
Just put the clamps on him, man. Just be Frankie Clamps. And he's getting a lot more comfortable with that corner three now.
Yes, he is.
And he's always been a pass first player, whether he's point guard or not. So he's not going to come in and gum up the works when you got cats like Quickly that is gunning from half court.
Right. But apparently Quickly practices that in practice.
Oh, he does. Did you see RJ hit one the other day?
You know what I mean? And Tibbs allows for this 4-point shot thing in practice. I love it. So that these guys, they're not chucking. Nah. This is a shot they know to take.
And it makes a difference because when you see him hit one of those, or the fact that he's not scared to take one of those now opens up the defense. So they got there's a lot more room for everybody to run around him. That's why Rose is getting that floater. That's why Quickly's getting them floaters in.
Yeah.
RJ's with his surgical footwork getting to the basket.
He's so strong, too.
Oh, man.
He's a young bully in there. Boom. We get that two-step with the shoulder drop. It's going. And you getting out the way.
He's unique, man. If you get him to work on his right and his handle in a couple of years,
this offseason, because you saw what he went to work on this past offseason.
It's the pedigree, man. It's the pedigree.
That young man. That as you said earlier in the show, he's going to be a future All-Star.
And the fact that if he has a bad half, he's going to put in work in the second half.
Not even wait for it. He's not going to have a bad game. He'll have a bad half.
Yo, I think
and check himself. I love that about him.
Couple of games of his, man, where I feel like mannerism wise, he's showing me flashes, and I'm not gonna go ahead and be blasphemous and shout out any icons or goats or anything, but I will say. That old nickname, Maple Mamba, whether he wants to hold it or not, is starting to make a little more sense.
It is. He definitely has that mentality. He does.
And even the post-game interviews, man, he's about winning, man. Nothing else matters. You can see a loss on his face, You can see a stupid question after a win on his face. He's about winning. You know what I'm saying?
You see his demeanor in the timeouts. How serious and intent he is during the damn timeouts. Like, he's locked in. Man, dude. Again, I don't know what people thought they saw, but the Knicks drafted well when they drafted him. They drafted well when they drafted Mitch.
Oh, Mitch.
And
could you imagine if we had Mitch the way Nerlens is playing?
That's what I'm saying. Have Nerlens doing that off the bench? Are you kidding?
Oh man. I thought it was brilliant when they signed him because it was like, okay, we need Mitch for this defense. So let's get someone else like him.
Right.
Because I've always wanted like a stretch five that can hit that three because the Knicks always have the center at the top of the top of the key with the ball and nobody guarding him. Mm-hmm. So I've always wanted a center that can hit that three. You know what I'm saying? Like the way Brook Lopez does nowadays, just to open up the floor for everybody else. But the way they use Mitch and Nerlens with just like, you know, doing it exactly the way they do it, man, it doesn't even matter. And the fact that Randall is now a stretch four, like a bona fide stretch four, and the fact that Obi came in shooting even when he didn't have his confidence, at least he was still not hesitating with his shot.
Right. Now he's getting into the floor. It was missing, but he was throwing them up. Exactly. And now he's hitting them. And if you really notice, his interior post game is nice.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, like you can go back to his college highlights. He wasn't just a dunker. He had some moves. He had some back to the basket things going on. He had some face up things going on. And the fact that I think there was some interview around the draft where he said he's a shooter first. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay. And then they had the little footage from the Garden, his first little practice at the facilities or what have you, where he's just like draining threes. I was like, So now what happens in a couple of years when he's had a couple of NBA off seasons?
Mm-hmm.
It's scary, man. It's scary.
Beast. So not even our present is dope, but our future is dope.
Yes.
You know,
absolutely.
And this is something we haven't had in longer than 8 years. You know,
not at all. Not even close. I think closest to it was before the Melo trade when you had like Nate and David Lee and Landry
Fields and them. Yep, exactly.
Yep. Andy Routens and Channing Frye.
That squad had some promise.
They were fun to watch, and their youth and their potential was one thing.
And then we got Gallinari and them, and we was like, okay,
Gallo, those were fun years, man. Those were fun years. And it's like, that's the wild thing too. Like the thing about Knicks fans, people want to act like it's all doom and gloom. We enjoy the rosters, we enjoy the off seasons, and we always have hope going into the season.
Always.
And then before we go into
20 games in, it's like
mode. You know what I'm saying? There's always that hope.
Beginning of the season, that first week, we're all, we can do it. Then 2 weeks in, like, okay.
So now when it's finally happening, man, it's just a testament.
It's beautiful. Isn't this fun?
Yep. Imagine when we get the whole capacity back. Because I know they're talking about 13 to 15,000 right now when it's the whole 18,000. Like the footage of the people coming out of the Garden when it's just 200 people.
Right.
What happens when it's 15,000 in the playoff win?
Oh, man, listen. And we about to find out tomorrow night. Exactly. So listen, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, I definitely want to thank Jay Live for coming on board. Guys, this is a half-hour show. No doubt, man. Thank you for having me. No, bro, it's always my pleasure. And trust me, throughout this playoff process, we'd love to have you back. I'm down, man. Whenever you say the word, man, I'll be here. No doubt. And I'm coming on your Twitch, by the way. Hang out with you and vibe to the beautiful music. Throw it down. It's what it is. No doubt, man. Appreciate it. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny B had to go because he's doing his move thing. But much love. He says much love. You know what I mean? And we will see y'all next week, next Saturday. And check us out on the Candid Corner next Wednesday because we're going to be talking playoffs. And watch for Danny B's Morning Drive and watch for the Knicks Minute. It's the Knicks Corner, y'all. Jay Live in the building. Peace. Enjoy the playoffs, man, today and tomorrow. And enjoy you got to tell me how live it gets in Atlanta, bro. We got to talk. Oh, it's dope. It's dope for sure. My man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will holler at y'all next week. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. We appreciate you. Peace.